I'm happy I didn't get any money.
Isn't that funny? Like, that's one of the worst things you can do is, like, win the lottery or get a big inheritance. You would think getting a big inheritance would be amazing for you. It's one of the worst things that can happen. In terms of, like, your ambition. If, like, you're in the middle of doing something, you got some ideas, or maybe you don't know what you want to do, and you need to find something. You're hungry. And all of a sudden you just get a giant chunk of money, and now you're buying things, and your ambition's gone. You don't know what to do.
I don't mind giving somebody startup money. You know, you have to give your child some type of startup money. You know,
there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm talking about, like, winning the lottery. Like, people who win the lottery, it's like there's a giant percentage of them that ruin their life. Giant. Like they've done all these studies on people winning the lottery.
So what is it? Because I'm giving you a bunch of money.
You didn't earn it.
Like, I'm giving you a bunch of money. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
okay.
For sure. Like, think about you and all the money that you've earned in your life. You've earned it. You do all these shows. You've built up a successful stand-up career. You built up a successful podcast. You've done a lot of film and TV. You've worked. Right? You've gathered up, and you make a good living now, you know, but this is all from work, right? There's a build up to it. It makes sense in your head. There's an effort. There's a reward for that effort. There's motivation. There's discipline. There's focus. And then there's a payoff for all that. If you just get the payoff with no discipline, no focus, no lessons learned, it's just not a healthy way to exist. It's terrible. That's why rich kids are so fucked up. Rich kids that grow up with trust funds are all fucked, not all of them. A giant percentage of them are fucked up. I knew a guy who was a rich guy, and his parents were fucking billionaires, and he grew up with 2 trust funds. He burned through his first trust fund, fucked that up, and then they had a backup trust fund for him. He was buying houses and flipping them and losing money and investing in businesses, and they all went under. He had no discipline, no understanding of what money really was, and no hunger, because he never had a time in his life when he was poor. He never had a time in his life where he was worried about paying the bills. And if you don't have that, and you don't have that real motivation, I just don't think you ever really appreciate success. The people I think that appreciate success are the people that worked for it. You know, where you could remember back when you were poor. Like, I've had people say to me, like, why do you do so many jobs? Why do you have so many things you do? Like, why do you keep moving? Why do you do so much? Because I remember being scared. I remember being broke. I remember having no idea where the fuck the money was coming from or what my future was going to be. And I was always terrified of being a loser. That's that feeling of not succeeding is what motivates you. Knowing that you failed in the past, and that, you know, there's been many times where, like, how many times have you bombed and you get off stage, you're like, I can't do this. I'm not a comedian. I'm fucking terrible. Like, I got to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with my life. If you don't go through those things, if you don't have those experiences, if you don't have those moments in your life where you're unsure of the future, you're not going to have the real resolve that it takes to make it, the grit and determination that it takes to move forward. And if you don't have that, any success that you do have, you're not going to appreciate. Nothing comes easy. And if it does come easy, it's not, you don't have it. You don't really have it.